Why are stories so powerful? I mean, what's all the fuss? Stories, once upon a time, I mean, didn't we leave those back when we were children? And now we hear that stories are all the rage, corporate storytelling and TED Talks include more stories, less facts. Well, research, neuroscientific research has shown that under an MRI scan, the brain, when the brain receives facts, there are two small areas. One's called the Broca's area, and the other is called the, what's it called again? Hang on a second. It's called the, that's right, the Wernicke's area. So those two small pieces of the left frontal lobe light up when information is relayed, and those are to do with listening. When that same information is told as a story, the entire brain lights up like a Christmas tree. So what is it about stories? There are gazillions of books written on stories and storytelling. There will be a gazillion more, but I have distilled them down into what I believe to be essential parts of why stories are so powerful. So the first is, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. We hear the story that we're meant to hear. And when we're there, we hear it, and when we're not, we don't. But the beauty of a story is that it plays a different script to every single person that's completely tailor-made and completely customized. I'm going to tell you a little story in a short while about a naked man that I saw walking along the road. And every one of you listening to this video will get a completely different take on that. So that's the first thing, is when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And looking at my crib notes here, so the other thing is that stories play into our imagination. And I think I've repeated that twice actually. Sorry, the first one is, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. If you're in the right place to hear the story, you'll get what you need to get. The second is, it plays into our imagination. And the third is that we get those aha moments when we are in that right place at the right time. And if we're not telling stories, and we're not opening our hearts, and we're not sharing ourselves, obviously in a contextual appropriate way, then we're not going to get the value and the benefit of the stories. And fourthly, we can translate those insights that we get from the story into action. We can actually take action. And the thing is about action is that it changes the world. Someone once said to me that the universe reacts to action, not thought. So the story of the naked man, so there are those 4 points. The story of the naked man was, I was driving back from town in Cape Town, back to the southern suburbs. Beautiful Table Mountain on my right hand side. It's a lovely Friday afternoon. The traffic is moving slowly, but not too slow and not too fast. And something catches my attention on my left-hand side. I guess I'm driving at about walking pace. And I look on my left-hand side and I see this man who's walking up a ramp, pedestrian ramp, up another ramp, and it's going to go over the top of the road. And he's completely naked, except for a pair of royal blue and white training shoes. And I observed him and I thought, as one does, like, what's happening there? I had 3 thoughts. One, he's part of a community that believes that clothes are the work of the devil and we should just show ourselves in our magnificence and our bodies. The second, he was possibly on day release from a mental institution. And the third that I thought of is having some kind of psychedelic drug kind of relapse or something. I don't know. My regret is that I didn't stop, just pull aside on the freeway and ask him what he was doing, and I'm definitely going to do that next time, because I heard someone else speak about the same man. I'm going to talk about the next time, but you might not see that video, but the next time I'm going to talk about what the lessons I got from it. And the amazing thing was, what I got from that man was how natural he was. He was walking like there wasn't a care in the world. He was completely natural, completely normal, walking along the road as if nothing was going on. And the amazing thing about that story for me was that it was almost as if he wasn't even naked. His being was so natural that my brain was trying to process, on the one hand going, naked man, very weird, trying to get my head around it. And the other going, no, he's completely normal. He's just taking a walk on a Friday afternoon. So there's an example of a story, and it'll impact you in the way that however it impacts you. So just to go and repeat those 4 pieces again. So the first is when the student is ready, the teacher appears. We hear what we're meant to hear. The second is we get that personal video played out to us when anyone tells a story. I told you the story about the naked man, and you created your own picture of what that was. And it was, of course, completely different to how I experienced it, but you experienced it in your way, with all the detail. It's extraordinary, isn't it? And the third is that we get that aha moment. Not always, but sometimes we get that aha moment where we hear the story when we're meant to hear it. And so the storytelling is so powerful because it speaks to different people at the times that they're meant to hear it. And then the fourth is we get to actually see it in a different way, reframe it and take action, which is more powerful than lots of self-development course or reading books or getting therapy, because you actually get to play it out and you go, I've seen what I need to do. And then of course you either act or you don't. So please share your stories. I'd love to hear your comments below in the video. I would just love, more than anything else, I would love to hear a story from you, because you'll be giving me a gift. I'll be able to see something in your story. Who knows? Often we struggle with things for 5, 10 years, and then boink, someone tells us a story, and it just opens up a whole new world of insight. Thank you very much for listening. Enjoy.